Good, great. Nice to be on DC Live and nice to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been a while since I've met you on DC Live.
Is it?
A few days ago, right? So I met.
Last week also we met.
Great. Okay. How has it been?
Yeah, going good, Rudra. We have hackathon show was completely packed for the last week, whole weeks.
I know.
Tomorrow we have 3 shows on DC Live on the occasion of Teachers' Day, and also Onam is falling. So we're trying to play the Onam special songs also on DC Live, and we have guest Dr. Deepa.
That's right.
So thanks for bringing her on DC Live. So special thanks to you first.
Anytime.
Yeah. And we also invited D-Touch team because they are our trainer, mentor, teacher. So we have show with them also. So we want the whole complete D-Touch team will be joining with us on 2 p.m.
Yes, we will definitely do that. Give me 1 minute. The network, I'm just having a glitch on the network. I'm trying to switch the network. Yeah, I'm back. So you can hear me enough, right? Yeah, thank you so much for having us and hosting us on DC Live as well on evenly on the Teachers' Day. It is a very good gesture from your end, Sri Lekha, and we're very happy about that you wanted to extend that gesture to us. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rudra. So yes, Rudra, let's start the show.
Great. All right. Thank you, Sri Lekha. It's always been a very happy, happy moment for me when I'm on DC Live. I as I've already told this many times, the tomorrow's guest people, we have a special teacher who's coming in, and always it's been a very nice moment for me to associate with DC Live. That's why Sri Lekha was just talking about it. Be there at 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's a Teachers' Day special for you all. 5 p.m. tomorrow on the occasion of Teachers' Day, we're going to have Dr. Deepa, who's going to be here talking to us. We're going to interact with her, and she's a renowned psychologist, and we will get to know about her tomorrow. Okay, thank you. All right, so with that, good evening, and then I'm going to start with our show. Welcome back to another episode of Kwik Brain. We call it Kwik Brain Minimalists, where we unlock how to get a sharper mind and an effective day. Right? I'm your host, RJ Rudra. And it's Thursday, 5:30 p.m., the perfect time to wind down from your day. You're getting up for the weekend tomorrow, but then let's have it an optimized tomorrow. Okay. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about our routine, how to break the routine, how to supercharge your routine, and then make it effective from the beginning of the day. So you get it right. You get that shot. You get it right from the first shot you play in the morning, right? So that's what you want to do. So for doing that, we're going to talk about 2 concepts. One of them is called micro learning and the art of prioritization, right? Which is how do you want to start your day? That's what we're going to talk about. Now, let's imagine how a day is. All right. So why did I want to talk about it? Somebody who really inspired me with this, to talk about this is in fact Sri Lekha. Right. So I think our meme that she had posted this morning, is what kind of really, made me think about that. Okay. Sorry, you said something, Sri Lekha?
No.
Right. Yeah, right.
Every time, Rudra, I always plan 1 hour before. Everybody will say we should plan 10-15 minutes before, right?
Correct.
But I'll tell you, never depend on this public buses. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. So
என்னைக்கு டைமுக்கு வருமோ அன்னைக்குதான் இந்த பஸ் கவுத்து வரும். நம்ம எல்லாம் வேற ரூட்ல போகும்போது இந்த பஸ் காலியா போகும்.
I know. So there is that meme that you saw. That I saw in the morning, which is eduthem paru otam, right? That's what you had, right? So that's what made me think, okay, let me talk about the rush mornings that we have. All of us have that rush mornings. That is what I wanted to really talk about. And then, I thought let me, just make use of this time to talk about it. Right. So we all know that feeling of being overwhelmed before the day even truly begins. Sometimes it so happens that we start thinking about the morning right from when you hit the bed the previous night. Okay. Right. So it happens to all of us. Well, imagine if you could go ahead and do something about it. Okay. Maybe not something very, very, very elaborate. I'm not asking all of us to become the actual textbook kind of person where, what I'm going to do, A, B, C, D. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about one tiny impactful step at a time. For the next few minutes, we're going to explore how even the busiest corporate employee can seamlessly integrate powerful learning and also planning your day with those impactful things that you can do, right? Okay. First of all, even before all of that, let me talk to you about, let's face it, any office, our mornings are often a whirlwind. Okay. It starts with waking up, shower, coffee, commute, email, phones, daily chores, daily bills, list goes on. It's never ending. But what I would want all of us to think is to reclaim that 10 or 15 minutes of time that we have lost in this busy hustle, right? So if you can do something about it and transform yourself, that's where the difference comes in. Now, what's the first thing that I wanted to talk about? I want to talk about learning because this show is about learning. So I'm going to talk about a micro learning, a habit that how would you want to pick? Right. So I am not talking about you dedicating an hour to a full course. No, that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about small, focused chunks of information that you can digest and immediately apply. When you do this first thing in the morning, you're tapping into your brain, fresh, focused, and most receptive to new information. That's why the first thing you do in the morning, while you want to start your work, is to learn something new. So all of you may ask, right, why mornings? Well, studies have shown that the prefrontal cortex, I do not want to really talk too much about it, but then the prefrontal cortex, that part of our brain responsible for planning, decision making, and focus is at its peak performance in the morning. By engaging in micro learning at that moment, you're essentially giving your brain a powerful, nutritious breakfast. That's what you're doing. You're feeding it. Right? Now, for us in the corporate, for us in offices, especially in business, BPM, ITES, IT, you might be thinking, what on earth could I learn in 10 minutes? Can that 10 minutes of learning make a difference? Absolutely, yes is the answer. Let's get into some practical examples. Okay. Now, for talk about you are in the BPM side of business. A 5-minute into a new feature of how process modeling works or how process modeling software works. Perhaps you look at a video, right? So on which says refinement of process or creating decision points, decision trees, process mapping. All of this should give you an idea of what is that I can do today within my process. Or sometimes reading a concise article on the latest industry best practices for process optimization. Think about a short piece on RPAs, right? Robotic process information, right? Robotic process automation. Seeing customer trends on what do they say about automations and innovation. How do they want to see customer service? How do they want to see the final product output? Look at all of that. or see something about what's the new compliance regulation that's coming and impacting your business. Stay ahead of the curve, the newer technologies. Think about all of that. Make that 10 minutes conscious effort to learn. And about the the technical side, my friends, the tech savvy guys, you can go ahead and just look at probably just go and refresh yourself about coding language syntax that you haven't really used in a while, right? Maybe it's the time that you want to give it to your brain to refresh it, because otherwise you may forget about it. Or just go ahead and look at some new libraries of Python or data analysis or Java or JavaScript, or use the artificial intelligence and just see if what can it do in terms of learning about newer ways of doing things. Listening to a short test or something on cybersecurity, cloud computing, staying updated about what's happening on the other side of the tech landscape. That's the point that you want to learn. Skimming about a blog, right, about a new project management tool or an agile methodology. Probably read about some Scrum, Agile, or any of these newer ways of operating tech. That is what it is. So you can learn all of these things, but the key here is to learn every day something which is valuable, that pushes your knowledge forward and keeps your skills sharp. Get on to W3 schools. Any tech learners want to learn something, just get on to W3 schools. Just see what is the plethora of, things that you have there. Let me post it on the group. There's an entire tech curriculum available there, people. Just go there and just look at all of that. What actually are available there. Just see what you can learn. People in the tech side can always say, oh, these all can be done with tech is complex. No, tech is not complex. Tech is organized, because A and B can only be A and B. That's what is tech all about, right? But even in the same thing with the process. So that's what it is. Just go ahead and click that and see what are the things that's available for you to learn. It's got everything, right? It's got tutorials for everything for you to learn. Okay, great. Let's move on. Now, as I said, micro learning is about being consistent, small investment that yields over time for you and betters you as a person. You didn't know something yesterday, but you have learned this today. You have learned something new tomorrow. That's the consistency that I'm talking about. I'm going to stop here before I'm going to go to prioritization, because we've just spoken about micro learning. I'm going to talk about prioritization, in a moment from now. I'm going to stop here and see if there is any questions someone has, or Srileka wants to ask me, or a comment. Anybody who is there on the DC chat inbox or anywhere, please, people, anybody who has a question for me?
No, Rudra, I don't have any questions.
All right, thank you. All right, so let's get on. Right, so to the next task of prioritization. So why is prioritization important? What is prioritization? Okay. Now, imagine you don't know where to start your day with, what to start your day with. You're overwhelmed with it. Okay. Starting your day with a clear, prioritized list of tasks is like your Google map for your workday, right? It's like a GPS. You know where to go, what to do. Without it, you're just wandering around, like what Google Maps does to you, make a U-turn, right? That's what it keeps doing. So don't do that. Have a proper destination to start with. Okay, that's what it is. And sometimes there are a lot of philosophies. One of them, it's like this. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I do, very differently also. But then there's a concept called, or a philosophy called eat the frog, eat that frog, okay, philosophy, which is tackling your most important daunting task that didn't let you sleep last night. Okay. Right. So there will be a task that didn't let you sleep last night. Like what happens to Sri Lekha most of the times whenever she wants to host a new show, she doesn't sleep the previous night. Okay. She's awake the whole night looking at her ceiling and the fan. Okay. Yeah. Right. So that's called eat that frog. Okay. But what does it eat that frog means? Okay. It means the most daunting task to be done first thing in the morning. Why? Because once that frog is eaten, the rest of your day feels lighter and you've already achieved something significant. Right? But not necessarily always, because sometimes what happens is you may end up a lot of energy, effort. That's why there are different schools of thought on this, but then this is one of them. Choose the right one for you. Okay. Now, you may have a question of, right. You spoke about learning something new and you're talking about prioritizations. Why are we talking about it together? Because you already have activated your brain with a micro learning and you feel that dopamine high on you. Now dedicate another 10 to 15 minutes with that, or 7 to 8 minutes also to prioritize your tasks. What do you start with? You go ahead and look at your to-do list and your calendar. Your to-do list and your calendar. Use a prioritization method. Okay. There are top 3 tasks which you want to do, which is very important. Identify the 3 most crucial tasks for the day and go ahead and start with one of them, and also map it to what is the effort needed and how are you going to go ahead and accomplish that. That's the top 3 tasks. Next one is called Eisenhower matrix. Okay. Eisenhower matrix. Now, categorize tasks into 4 quadrants. Urgent, important. It's urgent and it's important. Do them immediately. Important, but not urgent. Schedule them. Urgent, not important. You can keep that, it's not that critical. Not urgent, not important. Just don't do it. Okay. Yeah, maybe if it's supposed to be done, then you may want to do it, but otherwise you really don't do that. Okay. I'm posting this here, which is urgent and important. Okay. Urgent and important is something that you do immediately. Important and not urgent. Okay. What could be important but not urgent? Right. So look at it this way, right? Someone wants a piece of information. It's supposed to be given. It is important, but it's not urgent. Correct? Because it's not impacting any of your deliverables. Right. So, but it is important to share that. That's what important, but not urgent. Okay. Urgent, not important. It could be, just sending out an email communication to your client, about something. It's just the person, just another, it's about a team leader, who's not available and you're stepping in, right, for the day. It's urgent, but you're already stepping in. It's not that important, right? So you may want to just notify, can you keep this informed? Something to that effect is what I'm talking about. Okay. Right. Now, scheduling your tasks is very, very important. Block out time in your calendar for your priority tasks, especially the most challenging ones, which is called deep work period, to ensure they get done. Okay. That's very, very important. Execute and reflect. What does that mean? Meaning you start with a task, a high priority item, when your energy and focus are at the peak. And then work with focus. Dedicate your full attention to one task at a time. Sometimes it's okay to avoid multitasking to improve efficiency. Understand that not every task may get completed. It's okay to carry incomplete tasks to the next day. It may not be when you have an SLA, when you have a file to close, but then here I'm talking about in case you really have the affordability. Don't go somewhere and then, probably tell your bosses or manager that, what, Sri Lekha had a show on DC Live where Rudra was sitting and said, if it's okay to carry the task to the next day. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you can plan it out. If you're planning it well, then it can fall into that bucket. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now let's, you know what? It's all nice to talk, Rudra. It's all nice to talk. You know what? You can talk about all of these. Okay. How do we do this? Let's imagine this scenario. You wake up, grab your coffee, spend 10 minutes watching a video on a new Excel function. Let's start this tomorrow. Then 10 minutes identifying your frog for the day, which is the biggest task for you. Which may be like, okay, you have a tricky client presentation. You want to do that presentation. You first outline the first 3 slides you need to tackle. By the time you open your first email for the day, you have already learned something new and set a clear path for your most important work. How do you think you would feel? Instead of feeling that I am going to go ahead and start my work today, I'm going to start my work today, I have important things. Instead of that, do this. That's the minimalist approach that I'm talking about. In summary, reviewing your calendar and appointments for the day, identifying your top 1 to 3 critical tasks. These tasks are that, if completed, would make your day a success. Think about it that way. If you ask me, how do I identify the critical tasks? At 6 p.m., if these tasks are completed and you feel you made your day a success, those are the tasks you should start in the morning. Don't fall into the trap of having 10 tasks, 15 tasks. No, that's not what it is. That's just a regular to-do list. That's not what I'm talking about. Out of the 10, 15 to-do list, which is your critical task? Okay. Use the Eisenhower matrix that I told you. Urgent, important, urgent, not important. Okay. Not urgent, not important. Not urgent, important. Okay. Go ahead and think about all of that. All right. Now, I'm not making your day complex or adding more to your plate. It's about making your plate cleaner and efficient. Okay. It's about intentionality. It's about starting your day proactively rather than reactively. That's what I'm talking about. And the beauty of this minimalist approach is being flexible. Some days your micro learning might be an article. Other days it might be an audio clip. Sometimes it can be just a video, or it can be, just instead of that 7-minute song in the bus, just go ahead and watch a quick video on an important habit that can help you with work. That's what I'm talking about. All of this put together over a week, month, and years, you would have gained immense knowledge. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we are attempting here on Kwik Brain. All right. So now I'm going to leave you with a challenge for before I wrap this show. For the next week, commit to just 15 minutes of morning micro learning and 10 minutes of task prioritization, which is 25 minutes, not even a whole half an hour. Okay. If you cannot do that, break it down into 10 minutes of micro learning and 10 minutes of task prioritization. Just see how it transforms your energy, focus, and overall productivity. I'm sure when I come in here next Thursday, if you've done this for all of your 6 working days with a Sunday in between, you will talk to me about the difference that you have. Don't forget to share your experiences after you've done this. I'd really love to hear from the listeners on how these strategies are working with you and how they are helping with you, helping that make that difference for you people. That's all for this episode of Kwik Brain, the Minimalist. Huge thank you for tuning in this evening. Remember, the biggest asset and the most powerful one that everybody has is their brain. Train it wisely. How do you use that effectively? How do you train it wisely makes the difference between an ordinary and an extraordinary brain. That's about it. Okay. With that, I'm signing off for the day. This is your RJ Rudra, and I was here on Kwik Brain, the Minimalist on DC Live, where we care, we share, and we are on air. Thank you, people. Join us tomorrow for another brand episode. Until next week, goodbye. Thank you.
Thanks, Rudra. Rudra, I just want to say we received this book on last summit, Eat the Frog.
Okay.
So this book was given to all the DNX leaders during, we had the summit in CAP. So during that visit, we received this book.
Nice.
So all the DNX leader will have this book. I think I've read only 25% of the book. That's a few pages.
That's where you should start the micro learning. Okay.
Yes. So when you spoke about the strategy, let me try with this book. I was just thinking it. Okay. I'll just apply the strategy and give you the feedback in the next session. Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rudra.
Thanks, people. Thanks for joining in. Thank you so much. Okay. See you guys. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Vivek and Guru Pratap.